Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we will talk about caching. So this is very important feature in Spring. How to use cache, why we use cache, and when to use cache. See the documentation of caching and read the definition what Spring says about caching. So the Spring framework provides support for transparently adding cache to an application. At its core, the abstraction applies caching to methods, thus reducing the number of executions based on the information available in cache. Okay, so hope you understood with this. So basically, what happened whenever we call database? Okay, so network call happen, and let's suppose you have millions of records. So every time you call your API, your DB will call. To maintain that thing, to reduce the number of call to the network, we use cache. So basically, in between cache, first time whenever the network call happen, it will get the store the data to the cache, and whenever second time you will call that, you will get the data from that cache. Okay, so then it will reduce the number of network call. So let's see how we can implement cache in our application. Basically we need to use @enable caching, okay, in the application. So first of all, what all cache we have? Okay, so first we have generic cache, Jcache, EHcache, Hazelcast, Infiny, Span, Couchbase, Redis, Caffeine, Simple. Today in this video we will talk about Redis cache. Okay, so let's see what is it. If Redis is available and configured, a Redis cache manager is auto configured. It is possible to create additional cache on startup by setting the Spring cache dot cache hyphen names property, and cache default can be configured by using Spring cache redis dot asterisk property. Okay, so let's see how we can implement it. So I have a project here where I have implemented a cache. So you can also create project in your machine. So I am using Mac. So in Mac we need to install Redis first. Okay, then only you can create the server. So what you need to do is uh, here, see, this is I have already installed, and using redis hyphen server you can run it. Okay, so let me terminate this window and show you the command. So this is the command. I will also share to description of this video the command brew install redis. Okay, once you type this in your terminal and enter, you will see the installation steps. Okay, I have already installed it. It will say you have already installed. Okay, so now I need to start the server. So what I need to do is redis server. Okay, so this will start the server. Now let's go back to the application. So basically you should first have one CRUD application which directly connect to the DB. So I also have the DB here. The table, the database I have product. Okay, and if you can see here Spring Boot DB, inside that I have a product table. Okay, and if I run it, here I am getting the response. Okay, so those are the records, 21 records I have in this table. So let's see how it is working. So basically in the index controller I have created one controller for get, second controller for post, this one. Okay, and this is just a sample example. I first time I have used thread.sleep so that you can see the difference how it is getting from the cache and directly from the method. And third, I have used the cache evict, which is clearing the cache and get the updated record. Okay, so let's start here. Let me show you the CRUD application basically. So if you are familiar with the Spring Boot CRUD application, then you can skip that part. Otherwise you can see, basically I have created one repository. In repository we have a product table. Okay, the product table basically nothing, we have just all the fields here. Okay, id, version, product id, name and price. Okay, whatever I am carrying in the db. Okay, the same we have. Now in the service, I have what the interface I have, and I have added those methods list all product and save product. I have two more, but for now I am using list product and save products. Okay, now in the product service IMPL I have given the implementation of it. So basically what I did is I have AutoWire product repository, and directly I am using a find all method which Spring Data provide. I am calling this method. Okay, so this is how the Spring Boot is created. Now in the POM file, what you need to do is you need to add the dependency, which is this one. Okay, I'll also share this dependency to the description box so that you can directly download it. You can directly copy it and paste it in your project. Spring Boot Starter Data Redis. Okay, this is the dependency name. Now second configuration you need to do is this one. Okay, Redis configuration inside application.property file. Spring Redis host, localhost, Spring Redis port 6379. This is the default port which is Redis provide, if you can see here. So you can see the port number 6379. Now Spring cache.type Redis, because we have many cache providers, you can use any one of them. I have used Redis, so here I have mentioned Redis. Now cache Spring cache Redis null value true. Okay, now let's go to the controller part. Okay, so first of all I'll show you without cache. Okay, and also one more thing, here in the main class you should have @enable caching. Okay, this is the main thing you need to add here. Now let me comment out this uh, cache thing first and show you how application behaving without this cache. Okay, so I'll call one by one all the APIs and show you what is happening without the cache. So basically this is the get API, this one I have created index. It will return all the products I have in the DB. Okay, so if I am calling it, so I am getting response 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Those are some of the records I am getting. Okay, this is a get call, and if you can see here, let me clear the console and show you. See, hibernate select product, one time DB call, I am calling send again, second time DB call. This is the network call happening all the time. I am calling this API. Okay, so reduce this one, we have cache. So we'll see. Okay, now let me call the calculate result. Okay, so here I have a calculate result also. So I have used sleep here 2000. So if I call it, it will stay for some time and then it will return the response. Okay, so sleep 2000. If I uncomment cacheable here. Okay, so calculate value and the key is the parameter of cacheable. Now I'll rerun it. Okay, so see the difference. I'm calling first time this calculate input hello. It took time. Okay. Now I'm calling second time. It didn't take time. Okay. Because it is directly calling. It is not waiting for 22,000 milliseconds. So basically what you need to do is here in implementation, use cacheable product and cacheable put. Okay, and the value and the key should be the same if you want to see the updated values, otherwise you will not get updated results in your get call after saving the record. So first what I will do is, let me rerun application because I have uncommented it. So basically whenever you call the get API, you can see here no db call is happening. Okay, because it is getting from the cache. Now what I'll do is I'll add one item here, which is 23 40,000, and the dish will be ice cream. Okay, and the price is 50. Now I am adding it. Now let's see, 23 ice cream has been added. Now see in db, if I refresh, yeah, ice cream has been added to the db. Now I want to call the get. Okay, clearing the console and calling the get call. Okay, let's see whether it will call the db or not. It will not because we have used cache. So now we have seen here 23 ice cream price 50, and if you can see there is nothing in console because it doesn't call the db, it directly get the data from the cache. How? Basically if you can see here, we have mentioned in all product the key is all products. Okay, and here save product also, it is saving to the cache and the db as well. Okay, and whenever we are getting it, it not call the db, it will get the data from the cache using all products. I hope you understood this. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.